music just makes me so happy, and it's Saturday morning. I hope you woke up happy and you're still happy, because we've been giving you a show that should make you really excited. And my next guest is such a powerhouse, and I'm so excited that she had a moment to come and sit down at the table with me and Sister Vicki. Welcome, Katrina McGhee, to our show.
Good to see you.
I didn't give you all your accolades, but tell everybody who you are.
I'm Cheryl's friend.
Well,
listen,
yeah,
you know, we're all Cheryl's friends,
yes.
right? So my day job is Chief Marketing Officer at American Heart, but I'm also an author and a speaker and just an all-around God girl. I just try to spread love wherever I go.
You are.
That's
and
beautiful.
And you wrote this book, Katrina, Be Bold, Be Brilliant, Be You. Let's just talk about that, because you've been really empowering women for years to be themselves. Talk about why we're not.
Yeah, I am passionate about helping women get in the driver's seat of their life and career. So often I feel like we don't ask for what we want. We ask for what we think we can get. And so the whole notion about being bold is understanding who you are, what you want, and how to go get it.
Yeah, that's great.
That's great, because so many women do not do that. They just think that, you know what, if I help somebody else out and, you know, make sure that they're happy and get their needs met, then that's great. But that's not true. You have to have self-love, self-care. Take care of yourself, because if you don't, your friends out there can deplete you, right?
And speaking of self-love and self-care, I mean, you're the woman that's behind Loving on Me. Let's talk about that movement that you created years ago.
Oh, yeah, it's been almost 12 years ago now that I said I really am passionate about women loving themselves and each other more, knowing that they're enough, like who you are, who God created you to be, the gifts that you were endowed with is enough for you to succeed. All you have to do is be courageous enough to take that first step. But so often women just take themselves out of the consideration set. We say, I don't know enough, I'm not qualified enough, I'm too old, I'm too young. And honestly, none of that is true. In every age, stage, and season of life, there's so much more than what we've known before.
But Katrina, you're so busy. Talk to the woman, because this is Women's History Month. How do they get to that life of balance and love for themselves? Where do we start?
You know, I get asked that a lot. How do I define work-life balance and all of that? Here's the truth. There is no such thing as work-life balance.
I know what you're going to say.
Not at all.
Work is a part of life, and so you shouldn't be trying to balance the two. But if you live according to your priorities, you can be a balanced person.
Yeah.
You absolutely can, but it begins with defining your priorities and deciding how you're going to show up for yourself and the people you love.
Absolutely.
And how do we get women back to their happy? Because we talk about this show of being happy, and people are just so, women especially, because we're so burnt out. We go to work all day, come home, and we're still working. How do women as individuals get to their happy?
You know, I really believe, you know, we should operate in our space for greatness. I think we all have a unique genius, but it takes really 4 things. First, understanding your innate gifts, like that thing God gave you that you've been good at since you were a kid. And then the skills you've developed, like what have I worked to be really good at? And then here's the third thing. Knowing and acknowledging your honest desires. Vicki, I heard you talk about this earlier. Like, what is it that you really want? God gives us the desires of our heart, but we have to be bold enough to say, this is what I really want. I want to work 2 part-time jobs. I want to work a gig job. I want to start my own business. I want to ask for that raise. I want to start a new career. Like, no one should be at work hating their job. Can I just say that?
Absolutely.
Please.
Yes, please. Shout that out.
I love what I'm doing right now.
Exactly.
You live your best life. It's not about the money. It has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with what you're called to do, and it's on the inside of you.
It really is. But talk to that woman who someone may laugh at, because we've said for years we wanted to have our own show. We're here, but for years a lot of people laughed. Talk to that woman who's not doing something because their friends or whomever laughed at their dream.
Well, you know what? If you have negative people around you, get some new friends.
Get some new
Get some new friends. You have to have people who speak life into you, people who affirm your desires. And sometimes we have to speak to ourselves. I have this saying I love that says, speak what you seek until you see what you said.
Oh, that's
you know
powerful. Wait, pause, stop. Say it again.
Speak what you see until you see what you said.
That's so
like
good.
Say it to yourself over and over. Pour into yourself your own spirit, because the law of attraction is real. If you believe it, if you talk to God about it, if you journal about it, and then really intentionally work at the thing that you desire, you can have it.
Absolutely.
I genuinely believe that.
Well, Katrina, thank you so much for joining us on the Cheryl and Vicki Show. We've had 30 years of great sisterhood, and I know you'll be back to celebrate my sisterhood or our sisterhood segment with me, right?
Absolutely. Thank y'all so much for having me. This was super fun.
Yes,
It was an honor having you. We'll see you at Sisterhood.
Yes, we will. And speaking of fun, the fun continues, because coming up, our next guest is a great sister, and she's my only sister, and we're going to talk about the charity that I created in memory of our mom, Minnie's Food Pantry. We're celebrating 16 years of serving this community. This is going to be a fun segment, so stick around. We'll be right back.